Welcome to the Firstbeat Sports new training session report. In this video, we will provide an overview of the training load report with usage examples. Let's get started. The training chart provides a quick overview of your session, how it was constructed, and the demands your athletes faced. The lines depict the team median, allowing you to assess whether the overall session looks like you were expecting. You can also see the range of responses from your athletes to see if most had the same stimulus or if it significantly varied across the team. The summary cards allow you to compare the average values for any groups that you have created. For example, you may have created position groups, meaning you can quickly identify if your session was more or less demanding for a particular group of players, or whether the session met the requirements of each position. This then helps you with any adjustments you may need to make in future. For example, it is normal for different position players to experience different things from the session, especially if it is closely related to gameplay. Does the positional comparison look as you would expect? Does it allow each position group to get the training stimuli they need? For the first time in Firstbeat Sports, you can see a direct historical comparison for your sessions, giving far greater meaning and context to your individual session data. This feature means you can see comparison to sessions with the same title, type, or weekday. By selecting title, you will see the history for sessions with the same title. For example, you may name your sessions based on proximity to a game like Matchday -3. Doing this allows you to see how this session compares to previous occurrences. Maybe you have a great game preparation schedule you like to use each week. Has this session placed roughly the same demands as usual? In these charts, we can see the session on 26th of August was easier than usual. Perhaps this was by design, or maybe something happened to mean it was not as demanding as usual. The report also allows you to analyze the distribution of training within the group and see whether most individuals were close to the group average or if there was a greater range of individual values. It helps you to quickly see if some athletes responded differently to the training than others. Hovering your cursor over each data point will then show the individual athlete details. We can see the session of 23rd of June had one athlete with very low values. We can quickly identify who that was to assess the reasons and decide whether they need to have their training load modified in the next session. It's a good idea to maintain a consistent naming protocol for your sessions. Perhaps you have certain sessions you repeat regularly with a specific theme, or another common practice is to name based on game schedules, as mentioned previously. So, Matchday -4, Matchday -3, Matchday +1, etc. This section allows you to see a ranking table of individual athletes, while also seeing how their session compares to history as depicted by the dots below the data bar. Maybe you want to check who had the highest, lowest values, or perhaps you want to check how each athlete compared to their history. For example, we can see athlete Alex Siriaco has quite a wide range of TRIMP values for the same session, whilst on this specific day, his TRIMP was the highest we have seen during the defined comparison period. This may require some further investigation, or maybe it was expected. Perhaps he did some additional running at the end of the session. By using the new team training session report, coaches will be able to streamline their analysis, make smarter training decisions, and better understand how each athlete and session measures up in comparison to historical data.